Hello everyone, how's it going? This is Intrix and I'm back again with another Conqueror's Blade video. By request, and also shout out to Langa who keeps reminding me that I need to do a recap video of Demesne Spearmen. Here's the video, so let's get straight into it. For the doctrines, I haven't changed anything. I kept the rare blue Spear Doctrine, increases health by 360. If you do have one of these, and if you have a higher tier type of shield unit, Spear Sergeants or Imperial Spear Guards, slap that on there first. If you do unlock another one of these, I would recommend you put this on this unit. It does help tremendously. Increase spirit or piercing defense by 65, increase armor penetration by 75, increases piercing damage by 60, and increases damage dealt to units by 95. Now going into the career tree here, I haven't used this unit much in Season 3. I used it quite a bit in Season 2. I'm starting to use it a bit more. It really is a half-decent unit for being 2.5 stars. It really is an undervalued type of shield unit. I did play the bottom veterancy tree about 20-25 games. I wasn't too big into it, and I will break down my play experiences with both these trees here just very momentarily. But just looking at their stats there, that's not terrible for being a shield wall unit. Honestly, like, they don't put out a whole lot of kills, but they do their job, which is to simply be a shield wall, and their speed makes them a fast wall. They are the fastest shield wall unit in the game, and sometimes that comes down to certain scenarios. Imperial Spear Guards and Spear Sergeants are great, and I recommend having those units too. But when you need a wall and you need one quick set up to buy maybe a couple seconds of time, maybe even a couple minutes of time, this is your unit, and their leadership cost is so low that you can squeeze them into a lot of different builds. Definitely a unit that I would want to keep around, and even if I was playing a shield unit, I'd probably have these guys as backup as well. So going into the veterancy tree, just a quick recap on their attributes. This is with the current doctrines leveled on the top veterancy tree. This is what you get for their attributes. You get increased health, increased blocking, adds 5 more soldiers to the unit. That would bring the total count to 40. Some block recovery. Reduce damage taken when armor pierce. That's nice. Reduce damage taken when attacked from behind. That's even nicer because their weak point, their weak spot is being attacked from behind. That's where they're most exposed. So that's a good buff to have. Increased health. Some extra blocking. Now in my previous video, I did have this bottom node leveled, increased piercing damage by 2% because that's just across the chart type of bonus. I only play this unit in 2 game modes anyway. I play them in Siege and I play them in Territory Wars, and depending on the Territory War, I either play them or I don't play them. Lately I haven't been playing them much. It doesn't mean I won't, but that plus 14 to piercing damage is not going to be game changing anyway. I do play them a lot more in Sieges, and I play Sieges for fun, but I would like to try to win, so I think having an additional 8% attack bonus or damage bonus in a game mode that I play them more in is better to me. So I mean, it's really up to you. If you want to elite them, get 10% bonus to damage in Siege, or in just a 2% across the chart regardless of what game mode you play in. Now to just focus on the bottom tree here quickly, you do get that increased piercing damage. You do also get increased damage dealt while in non-dispersed formation. That means that you have to hold a defensive formation. I wouldn't recommend playing this unit non-dispersed anyway. They're not the best of scrimmagers, and when you break them up out of their formation, it just allows them the ability to get flanked even harder, especially in their weak spot. It sets them up for failure. They're not the best type of scrimmagers. They're just simply better holding a wall and being a type of unit to give you some cover. So using their number one, their kind of advance, their shield advance, is actually a really great feature to have on this unit. It gives you the ability and them the ability to kind of move around a little bit, and for you to kind of hang out with that unit and babysit their flank, which is their weak spot behind. Increased minimum damage, increased movement speed. That would give 0.3 to bring a total to 6.0. That's not going to be a tremendous amount of speed change. As long as you level the nodes on their tree, which I have, it will bring their total to 5.7, and that's quite fast. They don't have cover command or anything like that, but if you're constantly spamming X as you're moving along the map, they do kind of pretty much keep up for the most part. If you were to actually sprint, you do kind of break away after a second or two, and you do kind of build a slight gap between you and the unit, But by the time you burn out your stamina bar, if you did, you might have about 20 meters gap of difference between them. So they're quite fast, and they do keep up quite well. And again, I consider this the quick wall. It's a unit that if you needed a wall really fast, these are your guys. And leveling this top tree is going to make them sustain quite well. Just moving on here, piercing damage again. You get another bonus, 2 damage while in non-disforce formation, reduce damage from ranged, and just overall reduces damage by 5%. But even with these defense bumps on the bottom tree, they just don't sustain that well. They do get a tremendous amount of DPS, and I would consider the bottom tree simply a glass cannon, but they still don't sustain that well. I would see them hit for over 2,000, which is a really impressive amount of damage, but they're only going to get that bonus, and they're only going to put out that type of DPS if they're actually holding formation. And by the time that they even get any type of hits off, if they're being hit back, they don't have the blocking capabilities or the sustainability to last long enough to even put a dent in somebody. That is my take on this unit with the bottom tree. Going to top tree is absolutely the best way to go. They do get the extra health, they do get the extra blocking abilities. It's not so much DPS emphasis or oriented, but they still do half decent damage on this top tree with the Doctrine. I've seen them hit for as high as 700, 800. No, it's not 2,000 damage, but you look at the intro here, you look at the intro of the video, and you can see that they do take a lot of heat. They absolutely do. So being a 2.5 star shield unit and not even being that armored, they hold up quite well when they're in the defensive positions. So really, that is what the unit is. They're fast, they're quick, and they have some half decent formations that when they're actually in them, they can hold up pretty well. The only difference is, do you want them to be able to defend better, or do you want them to be a glass cannon and do a lot of damage? If you go the bottom tree, you can't really expose them that much, so it doesn't really matter how quick they are. Although in certain situations, I guess being fast is a good way if you need some extra oomph in your battle. So let's just say you got a shield wall, it's kind of dwindling, and you need something to reinforce it. If you were to level that bottom tree, it would be a great way to kind of fill a line, but it wouldn't be a great way to make the line. You would have to be a support for that line and layer them behind something. Otherwise, they're just going to die, and they die really quick when you level that bottom tree. Just going here into their nodes right quick, just to recap. So I have both these nodes leveled anyway, and even when I played on the bottom tree, this extra bonus to blocking just doesn't do enough at all. And as I said, when you level up the speed buff here on their nodes, that brings their total speed to 5.7. So overall, this unit here is a very, very well balanced type of unit. It's cheap. It's very easy to get the kits or make the kits, but it's very cheap on bronze. It's got very low leadership. 125 gives it the ability to kind of squeeze into a lot of different builds. It's very fast, and even for being what it is, as long as they got those shields out and they're holding information, they do take quite a bit of heat. Overall, I still got nothing bad to say about Demesne Spearmen, but I wouldn't really level the bottom tree unless you can see yourself playing a type of play style. And I think in a lot of situations, it's probably not going to work out. The glass cannon type of thing, the glass cannon type of build is just not really going to be a type of play that you're going to play more than you would probably play a defensive type of play. The game needs shields, any game mode needs shields, and a lot of times you find that there's just not enough shields. So I think leveling the top tree, giving them a little bit more health and giving them the extra blocking capabilities is what's really going to make this unit shine. You're not going to get a tremendous amount of kills, and you're not going to do a whole lot of DPS, but you're going to do your job, and you're going to do your purpose, which is their purpose, to be a shield wall and to move fast. So with that, I'm going to conclude my video. Thank you for watching, and again, if you don't got Demesne Spearmen, or if you're not playing them, put them in your warband, put them in your game mode, use them, because they're a really half decent unit, and I don't think they get the praise that they should. So this is Intrix signing out. Thank you for watching my videos.
Confession.